Hello and welcome. My name is Precious Red and you're watching Entertainment and Lifestyle with Red. Please subscribe, like and share. Today we're going to be talking about COVID-19 vaccination, and today we have a guest, although he has been on the show. So he's coming back and his name is Walter. Hi Walter, it's nice to see you.
Thanks for having me again. It's nice to be back. It was lovely the last time. I think we had fun the last time, so it's really good to be back. Thanks.
Great. You recently got a shot of COVID-19 vaccine. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I just I just recently had my vaccine shot, the COVID-19 vaccine, the one that has everybody talking, the one people are talking about so much these days. And yeah, it was quite the decision. It took a while for me to come to that decision. I had been thinking about it, and certain factors influenced my decision, but it wasn't an easy decision to come to because I have questions, doubts, just same as everybody. But I still had at the back of my mind, I knew the vaccine is for me, is the fastest way to return to normalcy. Yeah, when it got to the point of them injecting me with the vaccine, I was like, okay, now it's real. Like, you're about to have a foreign body enter your body, or you're about to really receive the vaccine, and everything, all the fears, all the thoughts, all the questions all came back rushing. But I couldn't say no at this point. The guy already had the needle sticking in my arm, close to my arm, sorry, and I just said, you know what? Yeah. And that was it. It was over pretty quickly. All the whole questions, all the doubts, everything was over in a matter of seconds. So yeah, that was it.
What was the name of the vaccine you were administered? Was it Moderna? Which of them?
Yeah, I already knew that we only had AstraZeneca in the country at the time. While I had my many questions, I had done my research, found out symptoms, experiences of people who had taken it, what their symptoms were, the side effects, and everything. Even though, yeah, there were rumors or stories making around that we were expecting the Moderna vaccine, but when I took mine, only AstraZeneca was available in the country. So yeah, but even with that, I still asked the nurse, like, okay, what vaccine is this? And he said it's AstraZeneca.
How did you go about your registration? Was it online? Walk me through the process.
So about the registration process, I know there's some people who actually registered online, then got a center, like got a message telling them their center and everything. But that wasn't how I did mine. I didn't even know about the online registration process until after I had done mine. I just drove to the vaccination center closest to me from the list that I received, and I got there. There were two sets of people. One set was for registration, and when you're done registering, you go to the next set, which are people waiting for the vaccine. So I registered on site. It was pretty straightforward and pretty basic registration questions, just getting your information, your phone number, name, email address, your means of identification. They also asked if you have a NIN, a national identification number, and they didn't ask for proof of it. They just asked if you had one, and if your answer was yes or no, they continued with the process, and regardless of what your answer was. And email address, your actual address, previous health issues, or if you have any existing health conditions, they ask you, and then just basically biodata information session. And then after that, you move to the next group where you take the vaccine. So it was pretty straightforward. That was basically everybody who came in went through that process.
Do you think the whole process was organized?
The process was really organized, if I'm going to be honest. Or there was some time wasting, as some people didn't get the information once, didn't get the instructions once, because they actually gave preference or priority to older people and health workers. So if you were above 60, if you're 60 and above, you basically didn't have to wait on the queue. You just came in and registered and went and took the vaccine. If you were a health worker, same thing. Also, if you were a uniformed officer, because while I was there, a lady in LASMA came in and she just went straight to the top of the queue. So overall, the process is pretty straightforward and short. I should have been done in less than 30 minutes, but because there were some elderly people who came in and a couple of health workers, so I got in there by 8:30. The process started by 9, and by 10 I was out. So yeah, that was it. And yeah, they observed a lot of the protocols. There was social distancing. We were all required to wear masks before we were admitted, before we were allowed into the health center. It took place outside the health center, not inside. There was a canopy, but the seats were adequately spaced, and we wore masks, and the nurses wore gloves. It was pretty yeah, it was pretty organized. Yeah.
How did you feel after the vaccination? What were your symptoms like, and how long did it take for the whole symptoms to clear and for you to feel like a human being or feel like yourself again? How long did it take?
Well, the truth is that when I got vaccinated, I felt it was a rush of emotions. Relief. Okay, now this is done. I can stop thinking about it, thinking about side effects and everything. And while waiting because like I said, you were supposed to wait for 15 minutes at the center for them to observe you if you had any immediate reactions to it. So I waited for about 10 to 12 minutes because I was actually checking the time. I had to rush off to the office. From there, I didn't feel any different. I didn't feel strange or anything. So just the pain where I received the jab, and that is quite normal. It's not the first vaccine shot I've received. So I went to the office, had lunch. I felt pretty normal really till the end of business, close of business, and I drove back home. But on getting home, I started to feel kind of weak. So wasn't tired because you feel tired every day you come back home, but this was kind of weak. So I thought maybe it was just me being tired, and I ate lunch and I went to sleep. I woke up the next day and I had a headache, and I think what we described as a low-grade fever, because I wasn't burning, but I was feverish. So I contacted a doctor friend of mine, and he said that was one of the regular symptoms, headaches. I also called a couple of friends of mine who had taken the vaccine, and they were like, some of them felt headaches, some felt fever, some felt both, some felt more symptoms. So they just advised that I took paracetamol and I rested. And so I had paracetamol at home, luckily for me. So I took it. I called the office and said I wasn't going to be able to make it because I took the vaccine and I was feeling some side effects. And yeah, so the first day, which was Wednesday, after taking the vaccine, I was totally, I won't say, it was kind of like a symptom similar to malaria, but lighter, like the fever wasn't as heavy. And once I slept the first time in the morning, I slept for about 3-4 hours. The headache was basically gone. I just had a slight fever and I felt weak. Some pain in my joints too. So the first day was a bit heavy on the side effects. The next day, everything had basically cleared, just felt a bit weak, tired, not 100%. You know how you're well, but you're not totally 100%. So that was Thursday for me. I could have gone to the office, but I didn't think I was strong enough to drive. I say a day, two to be certain. For me, I know different people with different systems, have different, times, reactions, and different times of getting back to normalcy. But for me, it was 2 days, and everything was okay. So yeah, that was it.
Okay, but were you given any form of certification, to show that you've gotten the vaccine or you've been vaccinated?
So when after they give you the vaccine, they give you a card. I don't know if that card doubles as a certificate, but it's a card saying that you've taken your first shot, where you took your first shot, what vaccine you were given, your name, your phone number, your contact details. So, and also the contact details of the person who gave you the shot. You could also call the person if you feel any extreme side effects.
Oh, great. Last question, Walter. Do you think being vaccinated for COVID-19 is going to be very compulsory in the nearest future? Is it going to be a requirement for international travel, for even local travel? What do you think?
So this question is a bit. It's my personal opinion. I must start with that, and it could be the case, it could not be the case, but it is my personal opinion, and I'll give reasons why. Yeah, I do think that the certificate for COVID vaccination will become an important document, so one of the necessary documents for travel in the near future, because, well, the truth is, it is logistically easier to maintain a COVID-free country or a COVID-free state or a COVID-free region with the vaccine than it is with a COVID test. The reason being, a COVID test only says that you currently do not have COVID. It doesn't say that you can have it later. It doesn't say that when in between when you submit the COVID test results and when you're being admitted into your country, you can't contract COVID. But a vaccine gives you a certain period where you cannot contract the virus. So it'll be easier for countries, because a lot of countries who are opening their borders back have such strict processes and strict procedures. You have to quarantine in certain designated hotels 14 days. These hotels have to be equipped with certain kinds of wares for protecting against contracting the virus. It's only a matter of time before every country just decides that, well, this is the way to go, because, like I said, it's easier logistically.
All right, thank you so much, Walter, for educating us. I mean, that was really, really enlightening.
Oh wow, it's over already. I'll say time flies when you're having fun. Thank you very much for having me on your show. It's always a pleasure. Always looking forward to doing it. Thank you again. I sure hope your viewers have as much fun as we did.
Great. I mean, not everybody wants to get vaccinated, or we're not in a hurry to actually get vaccinated, even though some people have, and we have a lot of celebrities, we even have royalty, we have, people coming out publicly, to show that they've gotten vaccinated, which is great, but generally I feel like not everybody's in a rush, except they have something really important and it requires them to actually get vaccinated, because people do not trust this vaccine 100%. People have died as a result of complications like blood clotting after getting vaccinated. So nobody wants to be a guinea pig and nobody wants to die young. So this was actually an eye-opener. And is that for you guys? Do you want to get vaccinated? Now, are you in a hurry? Do you think it's something you're willing to do anytime soon, or you just want to see, you want everybody to go, let everybody go and do first, Then if you now say that, the coast is clear, you now go and get vaccinated. Are you, in that category? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. We've come to the end of the show. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. My name is Precious Red. See you next time. Bye.